Day 24 of Blue's Clues. Get to start with 4 gems, which is very, very nice. 4 gems, 9 coins. What more could one possibly need? Well, let's see if we can get anything from over here. I think I might just go with the tool shed again, you know. Not bad, not bad. Sledgehammer and metal detector are both pretty useful. Alright, middle door. I'll take a workshop here, that's fine. And here... I mean, both of those are pretty good. Guess I'll go with that, though. These are some good things. I'll take a den. Which way do I even want to go first? I guess I'll head directly into here. Hey! Broken lever. Still need to know what the third part of that contraption is. And this is a G. G. Noted. So, the metal detector is still going off? Or, yeah. Aha. A key. Let's loop back around this way. Take another key. Not a bad start at all. Storeroom is fine. Grab you, and you, and you. No shovel. Many other things, but no shovel. Yeah. Why not? I suppose there's anywhere else I can use this wind-up key, apart from on the boxes. Well, there's that. There's gotta be a safe somewhere in this room. I just don't know how to access it. The gems are in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. I'm pretty sure we're now repeating parlor puzzles. I've seen so many of them. Doesn't mean I remember all the answers. If this is true, then this has to be true, which means this has to be false, which doesn't work, so this is false. Which means that this is false, which means that this is true, which also doesn't work. Either they're both true or they're both false. Be true, true, false. Yeah. No. Did I get that wrong once before? I don't even know. There's one that I got wrong before. It might have been that one. It might not. Do we even want to go through the chapel? Maybe not. Maybe we just go this way instead. Just knock this down. Just push. It ain't going up anywhere. It's just kind of standing there. Not supporting anything as far as I can tell. Oh, well. Bedroom. And pool. Oh, nothing in this room according to the metal detector. West Wing Hall is just fine. Kitchen, closet, pantry. We'll do a pantry. Is this door open? It is. We'll do a corridor. That's acceptable. Banang. Pump room, gymnasium, I guess I'll take a nursery then. Anything in here? Apparently the metal detector does not pick up on gems. That makes logical sense. I don't like it from a I'm not going to miss out on any items point of view, because that means I am, even with the metal detector, but it does make logical sense. Can't complain too much. Oh, coin. Brrr, commissary it is. I do have money to spend. Those are cheap gems. I suppose I shall take them. Locked, of course. I could double my one key into 2 keys, which is not particularly impressive. It does give me a lot of steps, though. And an extra key. Some more gems, apparently. I have a ton of them now. This room has 2 black portents in it that I don't think I previously noticed. Did I write that down? Bunk room, no. Bunk room. Bunk boom. 2x black. Drum, drum. Well, it's a long way back. More coin. A turnip. More steps. Appreciated. Did I ever note down the den? I did. The first thing I noted down. Still don't think there's anything I can do here. No. What's the third thing? Is it the battery that I found once and I've never seen ever again? Well, I'm glad I have gems to burn, I suppose. Now we'll do a spare bedroom. I get some steps for that now. The wall is very purple. There is a bed in the room. I'm curious about this room. I've never seen the west or east lever. Still don't know what to make of all this. Payroll has already been run for this week. Okay. As far as I can tell, there's no date in this room for the safe. It's openable through another method, which is still not entirely clear to me. Definitely something to do with the busts, but I don't know what. As much as I like the laboratory, 2 dice. Something is still beeping at me. Ah. A very nice find. I approve. Or where it is. Courtyard it is. That's not too terrible. We have a shovel. We might be able to get some stuff out of this. There's also a box. That's nice too. Dug up a key. Not bad at all. Bonk. Not bad at all. The box is pickable, which is lovely. Let me look back at you again. It's been a while. We've left 18 coins. These things are hidden everywhere. Set that back to unlocked. Low. Rooms, rooms, rooms. Me. More rooms, more rooms. Music room. Probably these rooms are showing on here twice. How have I got the metal detector and still missed 18 coins? Room. Doing a good job at getting lots and lots of rooms. This is fine. Special key. What are we gonna get? It's a prism key. All of these are pretty rubbish. Redraw. Not had a furnace for ages. Not much good here, though. There's no dates in this room, are there? No. There's a boiler room. Not the best place for it, though. Not had a study for ages. And there's a safe in here, which I totally forgot about. Black Queen. Do we have study noted down? No, I don't. Study. Queen. Black. Forget out that bit now. Why is there a clock built into the bottom of this globe? That, combined with the fact I can spin this thing, is somewhat suspicious. I can also spin this thing a lot. Black Queen to D8? Do I want this room to appear on D8? Didn't I note that down somewhere? I've got too many bits of paper. Yes, I did. Black Queen on D8. Do we want this room to appear on the 4th column of rank D? Study on D8? Question mark. Study is coming up so rarely that that is not going to be easy to achieve. But I shall try. D8 is also date. Yeah, I do not have enough information on you. Don't know how to open that. Observatory here is quite nice. What do we see? Anything helpful? Not really. Dead-end rooms are more common. Not especially helpful. Definitely not especially helpful. But this is the first time we've ever seen the master bedroom. Even though it completely dead-ends me, I am tempted to get it for that reason alone. Hello, new room. Herb, the controls for the Foundation elevator are located behind the Foundation wall. This means the controllers can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the Foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or a flaw, please advise. Ooh. So I need a room on B1 with access to that wall. Huh. That might be doable. That might be doable now. There's a chapel there. That has access to that wall. I need to go back there. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but by now you must know that... There's a cannon. There's two cannons. Is this canonical? To my encouraging uncle who opened many doors for me, ever grateful Mary. The rest of this is the same book we previously read. Photograph. Morajai box. Fun for the family. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle boxes originated on the island Morajai as a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes as both lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over the time, the boxes spread from port to port and eventually found their way into the homes and hearts of every realm. A traditional Morajai box is distinguished by a lid featuring a 3x3 grid of white and grey tiles. Each white tile can be pressed like a button, which will change the colour of that tile and surrounding squares. The goal of each box is to find a way to make all 4 corner tiles into white squares. These simple rules evolved as the game spread across the world. Regional variations introduced new colours and mechanics, offering greater challenges and local flavour. All the fad may have ended, Morajai boxes still make for a memorable gift for both collectors and puzzle enthusiasts. Well, I kinda already know how these worked. I already solved one of them. Okay, this is your more traditional lights out puzzle. That'll do. Allowance +2. And a random coin on the floor. Okay. Time to backtrack some. This way, we go right, left, and then it's a pretty straight line. Just a double check. Yeah, none of this stuff. Well, none of that, thank you very much. Well, hey. Someone left coinage in here. If I just entered that room, I would have seen that. No need for the hint. But the hint works perfectly fine too. Is no more valid a solution than any other. More coinage. Pop, 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 pop. They're going down. Oh, really? Another one of these doors. An upgrade disc. Nice. The elevator call button is locked by electronic keycard. Okay, it's not a prism key, it's not a regular key. Wow, great. I love finding a locked door. Now I have 2 locked doors and I don't know how to get into either of them. Heh. Heh heh heh. The lockpick is not even an option. Well. Going up! Priority 1 is now solidly, how do I open either of those doors? In the meantime... hello? Disc, please. Storeroom. Plus 9 coin? That's pretty good. I think that's more useful than 1 key or 1 gem. 9 coins. I'm taking that. I wonder. January, February, March. How many days are in March? There's a mnemonic for that. I don't remember it. So let me just look it up. 31. No. Also no. Brute force, go. It's 0303. Why is it 0303? Because March is the third month and there are 3 counts in the room? Well, maybe. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The important thing is it's open now. This is 8. Dear Mr. Sinclair, March 3rd. Thank you for promptly answering all our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And, while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully you'll not be careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we're not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You're already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colourful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorise. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew. Who, me? I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope that you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there's nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are, in fact, entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause the letters pertain to. Damned you thought this letter couldn't get any more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favourably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. How very mysterious. Well, this turned out to be a frightfully productive day. Now I merely have to work out how to get through either of the locked doors I've seen. Anything new in the room directory? There definitely is. Because you exist. H.S. Sinclair's own room, though perhaps soon you may consider it your own. Herringus Maximus. Day 25 of Bear in the Big Blue House. Yoink. 11 coins. Things can only get better. What do you got for me this time? The shrine! We've not had you in ages. I was hoping to see you. Do. I'm willing to give up 6. 8 courtyards to your draft pool. Okay. I would really like to find a shovel, I guess. 8 courtyards. That's a lot of courtyards. Courtyards aren't bad. I don't think they're especially brilliant. Acceptable. So many coins. Drawing room, lovely to find very early. There's one of the courtyards. But as I say, I don't even especially want them. They are solidly in the realm of alright. Can't lie, I was kind of hoping for a... no. A green room. A whatever those things are. A safe deposit box key. I see. We'll need to find the vault room then. Which might be tricky. I've only seen that come up a couple of times. And usually in ranks far towards the back of the house. But I'll see what I can do. Foyer I don't particularly need, especially not this early. The hallway doors are always unlocked. It's not that bad. Could be useful later. I really don't need a passageway yet, though. Keys, keys, keys! See if I can get the parlor game correct this time. Gems are in the blue box. For gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. Well, we know that can't be true, so it must be false. Which means this must be true. Which means, yeah. Cool. Definitely pool. Locked. I don't particularly want a room of a certain colour. I'm happy with a regular corridor, I think. Save my money. For Nook. For another free room with a key. Mystery, security room, blah 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 blah. Security room is fine. Do these settings reset every day? Keycard system. They do. That is a locked one. Library is fine. Map. That room. Kind of far away. I think the only book that we haven't read yet is History of Orindia. We have never been to the bookshop. Let's go to the bookshop. Hello, new room. Hello, Bishop. Bookshop. Bishop Black. Right, I want a... Well, no, the D8 is up here. Study on D8 if possible. Bookshop. Books. A new clue! Sold out in hours. It should come as no surprise that the latest book from local author Marion Marigold is breaking literary records and making headlines even in absentia. The release of her new book, A New Clue, comes only 14 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious and unexplained disappearance. Her current publisher has issued a statement debunking the conspiracy theories surrounding the book's recent announcement, stating the writing of the book was completed and well into the editing stages many months before the disappearance. In addition, the publisher has revealed that all the proceeds from first edition sales of A New Clue will be going to Lasting Hope, a non-profit organisation that aims to provide resources and intel in the investigations of missing persons. Still, the timing and conveniently mysterious title of Marigold's third book has left many cynics denouncing the book and her disappearance as a cheap publicity stunt. Detective Bon Margle, who many theorize may have been the inspiration for A New Clue, was quoted only as saying that the book was unintentionally accurate. Regardless of their opinions, fans, pundits, and cynics alike were standing together, elbow to elbow, in bookshop queues this morning, eager to get their hands on what may very likely be the last words ever published by the missing author. I wonder if this pattern of colours means anything at all. Anyway. A New Clue! Books purchased in the bookshop will be permanently added to the library and available to check out on your next visit. I will be back when I have more money. The fact there's a first edition history of All India makes me more suspicious about what the one in the library currently has to say. That one clearly is not the first edition. Minus 21 steps. And one of the doors is locked. Ugh. Locked, 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 locked. Hey. Another broken lever. What if you draft a red room, deliver me a letter? Don't know if we're even gonna really get any more red rooms, but it's better than anything else that was an option. Locked. At least this room only gets rid of all of my steps once. Well, we'd better buy something. Drafting strategy volume. Oh, I can get both because I have the coupon book. Both! All of the drafting strategy. not be getting much more of much usefulness because of the sheer lack of steps I have available. May as well. Not that there's anything I want to do in here. But hey. Why not? Just kind of going for the motions at this point. Because I am out of steps. I can walk into this one, get 10 more steps. But now I'm pretty dead-ended, so doesn't really matter either way. This didn't have a date on it, did it? No. No hidden safe. Well, that was useful. A visit to the bookshop. And I know that I need a lot of money for going in there for the future. Mid-sized villa. Another! Slams glass down on table. We're gonna need several more visits to the library just to see every book. Several more visits to the bookshop just to buy every book. Today's outer room. One of these three. It's gonna be the tool shed again, I think. Ooh. First time you enter each greeting room, use the water to gain a gem. 25 runs in and I'm still encountering new items. There was something I wanted water for. It was the den. And there's a fire in the den that I want to put out. Fine. I almost always encounter the den. That should not be difficult to achieve. We also have the secret garden key. But I'm unconvinced it goes to either of the downstairs doors. If I take it out prematurely and it doesn't go to where I think it goes to, I'm not going to be able to get it back again for a while, most likely. Closet in the corner. Works out just fine. I'll take a boiler room here in the hopes that alas, no. Is it worth re-rolling? Probably not when I'm also eager to see the den anyway. Did I really not use the watering can on you? Well, that plan is up in smoke. And the fire is not. Shame. I'll take a candle. Oh, what a miserable set of rooms to get in this slot. Redraw. Really? You give me a laboratory, but you put it on this side of the boiler room? Oh, the misery. Gain a star for 2 more gems crafting a room. We are building up letters somehow. Oh, these are the red letters that I'm finding. Right. And there's supposed to be 8 of them. But I'm apparently only supposed to find 7, at least according to Mr. Fortune Teller. Take a drawing room. Why is the metal detector going off? Aha. That is why. Courtyard conference room workshop? Do I need a workshop in this room? Yes, I do. It's a T. It's gonna be the same solution as the paintings puzzle. It's the word crack in the same place. It's the word dates beginning with D-A-T. It's the word 8 with an E and a G in it. This is a useless duplicate solution. I'll keep filling it out just in case, I suppose, but I don't think it says anything that I don't already know, unfortunately. Ugh. Have I even ever taken the patio before? Yeah, I have. Once. Extra gem from the watering can, at the very least. Fine, fine, I'll take a courtyard. Stop keep asking me. I'll take one. That room. B6. Might be able to get over there. I want red rooms for the experiments, right? Maybe? 3 green rooms in a row. Make some good use out of the watering can. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. That can't be too bad for me. Blink. Well, it wouldn't be too bad if both doors weren't locked. That's a good room. I have a ton of money. What am I gonna do with it all? Why is the metal detector going off? Aha. Hello again. I was just talking about you. Something to spend one of my many coins on.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the Great Alzara.
Indeed I do.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man sitting in an even older chair. A seed that has served many generations, each with their own stories, each with their own secrets, each with their own endings, but all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the Great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
That's one reliable chair. Items for sale? Well, I have a lot of spending power right now. How awfully convenient. May as well just get about everything, I suppose, because I'm about I can find the middle of the room. About to dig. And get more money. Or gems. Or it could be 8 gems. So many gems! And nothing to do with them all. Ah! Insufficient keys. It's whenever I spend 2 or more gems drafting a room I went for. Well, that's not a problem in the slightest. Another courtyard. Here's some keys. Now the issue is going to be step count. There's another key. Okay. The lift remains in the downward position. Conservatory. That's the room I wanted to see. Den is already commonplace. Billiard room is already commonplace. East Wing Hall is unusual. I'll turn that down by 1. Again, these are floor plans that I don't even particularly want to change the rarity of. I need ones that are more rare to make less rare. Hello again. And another courtyard. There always seems to be a box, right, in one of these. Where are you pointing me, metal detector? Unclear. I'm not sure where you're pointing me. Ah. There. I really don't need more gems. That's the problem here. Let's see, 16, 30, 29, 10, minus 2, minus 4, 6, it's 14, it's just back to 13 again. that again? Is that 9? Yeah. And 6. Oh, it's 4, not 13. Aha! Just what I wanted to see. Solid Do I have... I do have the magnifying glass. Yeah, I could potentially go back to the dark room with that. Poke around at some photos. Me. But also locker room. But also, have you considered locker room? Swing hall works out fine. So many courtyards, so little time. So many keys. Did that veranda kinda somehow end up backwards? Kinda looked backwards on the map. Ooh, some redraws. Nice, nice. The History of Orindia 2nd edition. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fen Area's Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department's standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Okay, it's been censored. It's been censored a lot. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often denoted as a Jera, by the ascension of the first king, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known, before his coronation, as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the Redacted! A new kingdom was born. It was the 4th king, Blank, who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift, Blank. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, He gifted her the southern region of Eraja. Blank, a land steeped in tradition, blank, and the most blank. As the Second Era drew to a close, the three sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these different regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite these differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined by more blanks than your average episode of Return of the Rise of the Golden Idol. Or Case of the Golden Idol. Any Golden Idol. Commerce between the three realms further strengthening their bond, laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future with yet more blanks in it. As the Kingdom Blank entered the Fourth Era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desilits III was a blank king who was often seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only the church and the court but the masses as well, blah 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 blah. There's a note tucked in. Desilits was crowned as the king as blank to warn when he made the decision to be blank, so when cast in court, people are overjoyed with his choice, king's kind of... Fourth Era came to a abrupt end, king died, blank... Something about the prince, prospect of civil war, insurrection. Mortality, 22-year war. Red banners were hoisted. Former royal family fled to the south. Blanks, blanks, and more blanks. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant, but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning, with this letter, the book that you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of all India could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. No, it's in the bookshop somewhere. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this after you've given me the actual manuscript. Until then, Detective von Margle Redguard. I also look forward to reading the unredacted copy whenever I can get my hands on it. Oh look, there it is again. I have more money. I can buy more books. Like, Realm and Rune. Purchased. Now we have many books to get through at the library. Courtyard is fine. Beep beep. Ooh, a vault here is quite nice. Because I can get a very expensive book. I don't have the vault box key anymore, unfortunately. Okay, it is now December the 2nd. A whole new month. Yeah, it was one of these boxes, but that was the previous run. Well, can't have everything. I can have is more reading material. Give me that unredacted edition. I need to get the new clue as well, but, one thing at a time. 12 hours and 30 minutes! Longest day was over an hour. 54 red rooms, 8 dartboards solved, 6 upgrade discs, 3 red letters, and a partridge in a pear tree. We're not totally out of the game yet. Because we can now go this way. Ooh. Good room. Solid room. Music room I've not seen for a while. And it's another 2 cost. Prison key. Regular key. I don't really have that many bedrooms, I'm afraid. Let's try and re-roll that. Also nothing very useful. Also nothing very useful. Acceptable. Clara and Simon, 52. I wonder if the ballroom has to be near the music room. Kinda makes sense. Don't remember the only other time I've seen the ballroom, what room it was next to. That was a while back. May as well get another star. Feeling our way up. Star count, accelerate. It's the same globe again. Fine. Beep. Master bedroom again? No gem. No gem. Gemless. Not much choice but the regular bedroom, which doesn't really achieve me anything. Key but green. More courtyard, more courtyards. Courtyards on courtyards on courtyards. Soon the whole mansion will be nothing but courtyards. Only missing 2 rooms out of the entire house. It's pretty good going. Have I ever been in the servants' quarters? I haven't. There are keys in here. Bells to all of the various bedrooms. Key for each bedroom. A trunk. And more literature. Hartley, I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you numerous times in the past, half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I'd always known this final letter would give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post and service to the Sinclair family, and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar as a concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better suited to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post, but as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I have decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my merry whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this manner. The house is yours, without strings or stipulations. I had, for a time, gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humour of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend. Herbert. That was a nice letter. There are 12 major keys. And I have seen only a few of them. Maybe I need to make a list. There's the silver key, the prism key, there's the key to one of the vault lock boxes, if you're going to count that as a major key. There's the secret garden key. I still don't know where that goes. I'm sure I'm missing some. But I definitely don't think we've seen 12 different varieties. Well, that was quite a productive day, if I do say so myself. We wish to get 4 extra stars. 5 extra stars, because we went into the observatory itself. We got a very expensive book, one of the very expensive books from the bookshop. Things have been achieved this day. And so I shall call it here. A garden concert hall. With 10 green rooms, a ballroom, a music room, and a conservatory. Almost a full house, though not quite.